What's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. We are currently en route to Mercer's shop. We got a few things we need to do on the Spoon CRV today. That is correct the squat that the lowering springs caused, which I kind of mentally prepared for that because I used to have lowering springs on the Civic way back when I first started modding it, and this is like the early 2000s. So yeah, that's what they always did, so I was familiar it was going to do that. I wasn't expecting it to squat that much, but nonetheless she squatted, and now we're going to correct it. I did order something to fix that situation. I'll show you when we get to the shop. And we gotta change the throttle body. I picked up a used throttle body. We've changed so much fuel things, and we got this puttering still going on the CRV. So it's, when we were checking it last time, we noticed that the idle learn wasn't working, so that might be an indication our throttle body is bad. And you know, you search forums and everything, and it seems to be going in that direction, that it's the throttle body. So fingers crossed we finally fixed this problem. We thought it was cylinder 1 injector, so we swapped it out. We're gonna put the other injector on because I think this injector has a different spray pattern than the other three. So I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's going purr, 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 purr. So yeah, and then we're gonna try one more thing. We're probably gonna disconnect the muffler to see if the muffler is giving us a lot of back pressure, causing it to putter as well. We got the Skunk 2 Mega Power muffler that we still got to put on. Just haven't had the time to put it on. So yeah, a lot of things still ahead for the Spoon CRV, but one thing at a time. So just hopping on the good old highway, and we will pick up right back when we arrive at Mercer's. And the sun's like really bright today. I have enough room for a pole. Alright, boys, we're here at the shop. Mercer's just getting himself ready to hammer down on the Spoon CRV. Also, if you guys haven't seen on my Instagram, we got the bootleg spoon banner on. Show you better outside. And like I said, we're going to be putting this injector back in. This is the new throttle body we picked up. It's used, but yeah. See how it is. A little bit of carbon buildup. We got to clean it up right there, as you guys can see. Hopefully this helps correct the issue that we have with ours. And then this is the part that I have ordered from Maxpeedingrods. Link in my description as always. There you go, from Maxpeedingrods. You have your 3-inch lift, so your bolt goes through there on the shock, and then this is the top one. Nice piece, nice power coated, just welded there and welded there. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but hey, it'll get rid of that sag that we have back there, and if it brings it up to that level, I'll be more than happy. The car is riding great on the suspension. Nice and firm. We got to do a review once we have that in. We're gonna probably take you to my favorite road, Forks, where it's got some nice little turns and everything, some bumps, and we get a nice review, maybe some out-car footage of the Spoon CRV for you guys. I gotta wash it up. It's been a mess from work, my goodness. But yeah, Mercer's just gonna get ready, and then we're gonna start tackling and hammer down. All right, boys, we're here with the man, the myth, the legend.
What's up, everybody?
And it's part dose, like I said. We are doing the shock spacers to bring up the rear end a touch. Mercer's just cleaning all that carbon buildup off our new used throttle body that we picked up this week.
Brand used.
Brand used. That's the fucking word. See, that's why you're a smart guy. And hopefully this will help with the issue. We've ruled out everything for fueling wise with that puttering, so it's got to be something with the air. And
no, it's gotta be not air. It's gotta be some sort of electrical, something to do with the throttle body.
There you go. It's still air. We're gonna call it a draw, Mercer. We're gonna call it a draw on this one. All right, fine. Yeah, something with this little bastard right here on our throttle body. That's not allowing this thing to properly open.
Well, it doesn't let me sync the throttle body and make the throttle body relearn itself on idle. So it constantly, there's no codes. It just doesn't allow me to learn.
Yep.
Or program the throttle body. So let's try this.
Let's try this. Damn freaking throttle bodies.
Super dirty.
Yep. I guess that's because of, like, usually when people have, well, we have a breather, but when you have it circulating from the valve cover back to the what do you call that? Intake. I guess all the gunk that passes through that little ventilation of the valve cover gets built up over time with carbon. All right, fam. We got Mercer putting in our brand new throttle body. I'll show you guys the original one that we pulled out. See, it does have a tiny bit of carbon around the ring. It's a little warm. Some carbon up there as well. Oh. Damn electrical components. Technology is great, but sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Alright boys, also since we're already at it, I'm getting Kevin to change out the PCV hose and valve. Just because this is I believe the original ones from the original engine that we had.
Yeah.
So, from the USDM motor that we had, that I went kablooey with. Shit. I gotta stop breaking these K24s, bro. They're becoming expensive.
Drop the socket and then drop that thing.
Oh shit. Damn. But anyways, look at this. This is our new. This is the damn PCV valve, man. Just this. But as you can see, it's got the little top. It's a one-way check valve kind of style, if I'm not mistaken. And look at this nice new hose. And this is our old crusty hose. So yeah, since we're there, might as well change all that. And just pray that that little puttering goes the hell away. Kev's been wrapping his head around for a long time because, like he said, doesn't give you an engine light, and the symptoms seem like misfires and fuel related. So we upgraded all the fuel stuff, new pump, injectors, coil packs, you name it. Even went with a nice, beautiful Skunk 2 Racing fuel rail, courtesy of Wolf used auto parts, which I told you guys. And then we put the gauge on it to see if there's anything up with the fuel, and it's been good, the fuel system. So, process of elimination. This is the hard part. Sometimes the vehicle codes don't give you a code to work with. Alright boys, Kevin's pretty much all wrapped up here in the engine bay. We swapped out the injector, Kevin swapped out the injector, not we. He swapped out the throttle body. New PCV hose and PCV valve. So that's pretty much it now for the engine bay. The last thing we need to tackle are these bad boys. Right now, Mercer's doing the idle learn. So you gotta rev it at 3,000 RPMs. I believe it gets up to operating temperature. and then you gotta let it cool down for 5 minutes on idle. Let 2 fan cycles go through, and then the idle should be learned. Alright boys, Mercer's got the strut disassembled, well, disassembled from the vehicle. Strut's still in one piece, and as you guys can see, he's got the spacer mounted on the top hat of the strut. So you got the slide-on one that goes over the factory fork, and then you got the ones with the thread pitch with the bolt set Maxpeedingrods supply you. So that way you can bolt it up from the top into the chassis. And yeah, pretty much just like that, guys. And we should get our 3 inches of clearance that we want. Merce, what do you think so far?
Yeah, hopefully it gives us what we want. So.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Alright boys, so Mercer has finished putting these spacers on. But he's going to explain some things to you, because it did not come without turbulations. It was a bit of a pain in the ass to do for him. So let him walk you through it.
So just like removing the strut, when you go and install the spacer, it bolts on to the strut. You might find some difficulties to add an extra 3 inches into the area. So you might have to just remove your upper camber arm to get a little bit more swing to put that strut in. But most important part is this part here on the shock tower, or I guess that's considered a shock area tower. This is bent in. You can see it's slightly rusted. It's because we use channel locks to pull them out. The reason why you have to use the channel locks to pull them out, the spacer has a metal piece on the top that does not clear this. So if Paul zooms in there, you can see it.
You guys can see it's tight in there. So basically another lip like this on the top.
On the top, so you'd have to bend it back to make the room. And then start buttoning up everything from the top. There's some bolts that are supplied with this spacer. We just put some anti-seize, put them in, tighten them up, and then started reassembling everything we had removed. So like the camera arm, the ABS line, and then just start putting everything all back together. You will have to also remove your charcoal canister or evap canister, whatever you want to call it. There's some bolts that hold on to it. You'll have to just loosen it to move it over a little bit to get that extra bit of room to be able to move your shock or strut is about this big. You're adding now another 3 inches. It's going to be this big. So to get it in there, you need extra room. So that's where you need to do it on this side. On the so that's the driver's side. On the passenger side, you can see you have a lot of room. There's no charcoal canister here. There's only the one on the one side. So you don't have to remove anything over here, but you do have to still remove the upper control arm. The upper camera arm, ABS sensor or wire, and then you have all the. This is going to droop down. You're going to have all the room for you to install the spacer and the strut.
And you still had to pop this out just a tiny bit.
Yeah, this one here, same thing. I did it when I had the strut out with channel locks, and I bent them out.
Yeah, because you got more of a grab afterwards.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. So we're gonna put the wheels on and see our heights.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a level, but if I get a little bit forward rake, that's a plus.
I think you're gonna get a rake.
That's nice. I hope so. But even a nice level where, you know, just because, you know, you carry things for work and stuff like that and people. But like I said, so far. The ride quality has been phenomenal. I'm gonna get an alignment done sometime this week after work, and then hopefully next weekend when I'm going up to visit family up north. There's a lot of back roads. Usually I like to go to Forks of the Credit because of the nice windy roads and everything. But we are going to be going to my family up north. So I'll take those windy roads, and I'll get a little bit in-car footage. I'll stop and get Ashley to drive the car through the turns while I'm outside recording. She's got just as heavy foot as I do. So yeah, she'll make sure she gets some VTEC in the clip for us. So we're gonna put this back up and put the wheels on and have a look. All right, boys. Well, we got a rake. The suspension still has to settle. We were jumping on it. It came down quite a bit, the back. The back was a lot higher than it is right now. But yeah. Holy smokes, man. Holy smokes. Right on. Got all the room now. I don't have to worry about rubbing and everything. So that's pretty sick. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Well, I know the suspension's got to settle just because this right now is higher than it was when we came in. So obviously the suspension got to compress and everything, go over some bumps and everything. And so like by the end of the day, it should be fully settled. All right, boys. Look at that familiar face. It's been a while since he's been in a K. We definitely gotta get the alignment done on it. Oh, leave it on. Let it warm up. We're gonna go get food, bro. So yeah, we're definitely higher in the back. Well, over here obviously looks a lot higher. She doesn't look bad at all, guys. This truck's in the front. Now we're gonna take it for a drive, get some food, and see how it feels over the bumps and everything. But then I will do, or probably our next video on this thing will be a full review on how the car feels with the suspension, the spacers on it and everything. You still got the intake on this thing?
Hey, guess where we're going next?
We're gonna get 5 guys.
Yeah, I do have the intake.
Do you?
Yeah.
Give us a little poof poof.
I can't hear it.
Oh yeah, you gotta put it. Yeah, one night he was bored, he made an intake for the F-150.
Like 10 minutes.
It was beautiful though. But yeah, guys, that's how the CRV is sitting right now. I actually don't mind it. It's nice. It's gonna be overall better for like work and everything like that, carrying stuff. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Maybe 3 inches may have been too much. Maybe I should have gone with like a 2-inch. But nonetheless, she's lifted. She's not squatting anymore. We definitely got to do the rest of the exhaust. Do a resonator as well to keep it quiet because those Mega Power exhausts are loud. Big thank you to Mercer as always. He killed it. We got the new PCV valve, hose, throttle bodies in. What else do we do? And then the spacers, right? Yeah. So the next thing we got to tackle is the exhaust. So that way there's no back pressure on the engine.
Yeah.
But here we go. Time to go eat. Guys, catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Ah, fatso.